Welcome to week 3 of a 3-part podcast on the formula to great. Expect more plus bring more equals be great. You can listen to the last 2 podcasts to figure out what the first 2 parts of the formula were, the expect more piece and the bring more piece. So now we're going to talk about the result when you expect more and you bring more, and that's be great. Today's question is, can anyone be great? The answer is yes, but there are 3 things that divide people from being average and great. We call them the 3 Ds of division. Now, all 3 of these things are controllable, which makes greatness a choice. Becoming great is not a birthright, but it's something that you choose to become. Take it from Aristotle. He said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. So, everyone can be great. Now, not everyone at the same time. Understand what great is. Great is an ability or quality above the normal or above average. So while I believe everybody has the ability to become great, everyone cannot be great at the same time. Great is constantly moving. It's a constantly moving bar based on what the norm is. Now, as soon as everyone reaches that level of whatever great is, it becomes the new norm. It becomes the new average, and greatness moves even further down the road. So everybody is capable of great, but not everyone will be great, and absolutely, positively, very few are. I'm just saying that everyone has the potential to be great, but almost everyone will not reach that potential because we are so infected with the average epidemic. We are conditioned to seek comfort and convenience over anything that is uncomfortable, difficult, or inconvenient. All of those things could lead to great, but we seek what is comfortable, what is convenient. Shoot, we don't have to look for it. Comfort and convenience is on call. Excuses are accepted before they come out of your mouth because everyone is afraid of offending someone. People are afraid of being seen as insensitive or not a nice person. The average epidemic, being average, it's safe. It's comfortable. It's not a bad thing, but it's also not great. Great, anyone can be. Anyone could be. Mostly because the majority are not trying to be. Why aren't people trying? Why should they? Why should people try? Settling in is the norm. What is average is safe. If you don't strive for greatness, there's no penalties. You're not going to shoot for something and then fail and be embarrassed. The majority of people around you aren't trying to be great, so that's a plus. You'll be accepted. As a matter of fact, if you do try, you'll probably be chastised for it, and people will wonder what you're trying to do and who in the world you think you are. But moving on to those who want to be great and about to go on that journey or in the middle of it, we have found that there are 3 dividers that weed out the great from the rest, the average. And those 3 things are difficulty, details, and data. The 3 Ds of division. The first one is difficulty. Difficulty is probably the divider that gets rid of the most people initially. A lot of people quit at difficulty, so we should celebrate difficult times when they arrive, because we know difficult times are here for us. We know we can and we will outlast these temporary moments of hard times, stressful times, tired times, busy times, and whatever else. Because when we outlast them, when we survive them, we will have divided ourselves from a huge portion of those who set out on the same quest we did, only to drop out when it got hard. Difficulty is a part of doing something great. It must exist. Difficult times must exist, or everyone would achieve the level that you are looking to achieve. How do we win the difficulty divider? Mask up. Mask up is a psychological skills training method where we intentionally put on a mental mask to stop us from being infected by the average epidemic. Putting on the mask is an awareness of things associated with the average epidemic. Putting on the mask acknowledges their presence, and it also speaks to your unwillingness to give into or be affected or be infected by average thoughts, dialogue about how you should ease up, average language on your part, and anything else that can affect the get on our level mindset and work. Seek out what is difficult and own it. Don't wait for difficulty to come to you. Go find it. Own it. Then find the next difficult thing. This is how you build mental toughness. This is how you build confidence. This is how you become comfortable with and learn to love the process and all the uphill battles that it brings. Difficulty will not last. Neither will everyone that it is dealt with. Win the first 3 D's of division. Mask up to difficulty. The second D is details. So just outlasting everyone else is a test of willpower. But it obviously takes more than just wanting it to be the best or one of the best. What you do will never be more important than how you do it. And that's where details come in. Great things are the result of thousands of small things done with excellence. Small things brought into focus. The small things as the only things that matter. Then on to the next small thing. And so on until you are to your goal. Big leaps don't happen. You don't just get great in a few giant strides over time. Rather, it's executing the small things with perfection. It's boring. It's monotonous. That's why it often gets overlooked. That's also why it is a divider. 2 people can go through the exact same training program, the exact same education program or degree, the exact same job training, etc., and you get 2 completely different results. How is this possible? One went through it, the other got the most of it, all the details. How you do things is the second D of division. The third D of division is data. Data may be the final divider for those who achieve great and those who sustain great. Data is a divider in our industry, an industry that is still young and evolving. Data is numbers, data is information, data could be your education. Data is feedback on what you've already done. It's important because it will guide your future actions. You've outlasted the difficulty. You've obsessed over the little things, the details, with excellence, and now data says, how can we do it even better? Data, numbers, new and continuing education. There are dividers between those on the edge to great, those that need a few changes to arrive to great, and the divider that returns those who achieved greatness back to average. Of course, to have data, you have to be one of the best in collecting the details of what you're doing. Are you collecting stuff? Or are you collecting to guide your future actions? If you choose to ignore data, you will soon return to average. Go back to what we said earlier. Great is a constant moving bar. As soon as everyone reaches that level, it is now the new average, and great is even further down the road. If you feel you have arrived to great, the first time that enters your mind, the first time you even think it, you better start crunching some numbers, open a book, or enroll in a class. Evolve or dissolve, improve or die. Data is the writing on the wall. Like difficulty, those who seek data, before the numbers catch up to them, will be better off. So like we said in the start, anyone can be great. Everything we talked about on this podcast today are decisions that can be made. Thousands of decisions that can be made on what you're going to do, and thousands of decisions that can be made on how you're going to do it over years and years. Yes, anyone can be great, but it's monotonous, it's uncomfortable, it's inconvenient, it's time-consuming. It's a choice. Difficulty divides. Details divide. Data divides. Data moves you from great to the greatest. Average is an epidemic. Expect more, bring more, be great. Get on our level.
You can never